The Baobab Secret. Under the wide, star-filled sky of the African savanna, the village of Ikot Uba lay at peace. In the heart of the village stood a great baobab tree, as old as time itself. The people of Ikot Uba believed that this tree held secrets, whispers of the ancestors, songs of the wind, and tales from the spirit world. Only one person knew the truth, a young boy named Right Time. Right Time was no ordinary boy. With his curious eyes and quick mind, he had a way of seeing things others could not. His grandmother, Mama Ima, had always told him that he was chosen, but he never fully understood what that meant. Until one night, everything changed. It was the night of the full moon. The villagers gathered around a crackling fire, dancing and singing to the beat of the talking drums. But Right Time felt a strange pull toward the baobab tree. His feet moved on their own, taking him to the base of the tree where he had often played. The tree's roots twisted and curved like ancient hands, and the bark was rough but warm to his touch. As Right Time leaned against the massive trunk, he heard it, a faint whisper, like someone calling his name from deep within the tree. Startled, he stepped back, but the voice grew louder. Right Time, come closer. His heart pounded in his chest, but his feet moved forward. The great tree seemed to breathe, its leaves rustling in the still night air. Then, to his amazement, a small opening appeared at the base of the tree, a hidden door. Curiosity overcame fear. Right Time crouched and crawled inside the tree. He found himself in a small chamber lit by a strange golden light. In the center of the room sat an old man, draped in robes made of leaves and beads. His eyes glowed like embers, and his voice rumbled like distant thunder. "I have been waiting for you, Right Time," the old man said, his voice full of warmth and mystery. "Who are you?" Right Time asked, his voice barely a whisper. "I am Garuba, the guardian of the Baobab. This tree holds the stories of our people, the wisdom of generations long past, and now it is time for you to learn." Garuba waved his hand, and the walls of the chamber began to shimmer. Images appeared, scenes from ancient battles, celebrations, and great migrations across deserts and rivers. Right Time saw his ancestors building kingdoms, inventing tools and telling stories by the fire, just like the villagers did now. "But why me?" Right Time asked, amazed. "You have the gift of listening," Garuba replied. "The Baobab has chosen you to keep its stories alive. But with this gift comes responsibility. You must use the stories to guide your people, to teach them wisdom and courage." Right Time's mind raced. How could he, a boy, carry such a burden? But then he thought of his grandmother, Mama Ima, and her stories. She had always said that wisdom wasn't about age, it was about understanding. Garuba smiled, as if reading his thoughts. "You are ready, Right Time, but remember, the Baobab only reveals its secrets to those who seek with pure hearts." Suddenly, the chamber began to fade. The golden light dimmed, and before Right Time knew it, he was standing outside the Baobab once again. The full moon still hung in the sky, and the village fire was still burning, but something had changed within him. From that day on, Right Time became the storyteller of Ikot Uba. Every evening, under the shade of the great Baobab, the villagers would gather to hear him speak. He told tales of bravery, love, and wisdom, stories passed down from the ancestors, and new ones whispered to him by the Baobab itself. And as the years passed, Right Time's stories helped guide his people through droughts, wars, and times of peace, just as Garuba had foretold. But the greatest secret of the Baobab, that remained between Right Time and the tree. And so, the Baobab stories lived on, whispered through the leaves, carried by the wind, and cherished in the hearts of all who heard them. And to this day, if you listen closely under a baobab tree on a quiet night, you might just hear the whispers of its ancient tales.